Welcome to class. Welcome to class. Welcome to class. Welcome to class. Okay. Welcome to class. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. So quick one. Quick one. Quick one. Quick one. How is React going? How is it going? How is React going? I hope you are reacting to React. How is it going? How is it going for us? Yeah, my day has been good. Yeah, I had a great day. Thank you very much for asking. Family, they are doing very well. Yeah, good evening, good evening, good evening. So I asked the question earlier. I said, how is React going for everyone? I hope we are all reacting to it. React is reacting small, small. Okay, good, 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 good. If it's reacting small, small, that shows progress. That shows progress. So I want more response. Is different things over. It's going slowly. So okay, React is fine. Oh, just install Node. Okay, cool. Right. So I just want to know everyone's response. Reacting is reacting small, small. All right, good, good. At least he's reacting. The fact that he's reacting shows progress. That shows progress. Okay. I just want to welcome everyone to class today. You have been okay, good. You have to keep pushing. Actually, you have to keep pushing. What reacting to me initially, but now you are reacting to it. Wow, that's good. That's good. You're reacting to me initially, but now you are reacting. That's good. That's good. That's good. That shows you're actually grabbing some things in React. Just you don't have to take it hard. Just slowly. Take it slowly. If you can actually do that, you can do that. Just take it slowly. The past class, especially the last class we had, we actually discussed a lot of things in the last class. So if you have not watched the video, you are doing the wrong thing. If you didn't watch the video, because we last class we actually did almost everything like that we've done, like that we did. Because has been working well until this afternoon. I started giving me error message. Error message. Don't worry, it will be cleared very soon. It will be cleared very soon. Okay, so I said you are getting ready to code, laugh, and also react to react. You know, so I hope we are all ready for tonight's class. I hope we are all ready. Let me know if you are ready for today's class. React. Let me know if you are ready for today's class. For what we are going to do today. It's still continuation of React. So let me know if you are ready for today's class. Okay, good. Oh yeah, now very good. Someone said I'm ready. That's nice. Very good. Even if you are not getting it, just be ready. Be ready. My react to react is yes. Very good. Very good. Yes, very good. I love that. You're all ready. Could laugh and react. React, we are we are ready, we are sir. Okay, very good, very good. I love the fact that we are all ready. So in today's class, we are going to be moving forward with React. I'm still checking more response. Okay, cool. So we are going to be moving forward, but now I'm React. I saw that earlier. Okay. Okay. You can see that we're all laughing now. You know, I said get ready to code, laugh, and react. You can see we are laughing already. Then we'll do the coding aspect. Then what we are coding is react. You can see everything actually goes hand in hand. Someone say ready. Oh, very good, very good. That's very good. That's very good. That's very good. Okay, so moving on. You love what RFC does. That thing is that very, very sweet. Very, very sweet. You know, it makes everything easier for you. That's why that's why I'm using VS Code, or that's why most developers that's why they use VS Code. So we are going to look at advanced React today. That's our main focus, advanced React. You know, and this week we are going to be talking about a lot of things that you can actually use to build your React application. So one of the things we are going to talk about today is React Router, which also we advanced React to as well. Ready, and happy. Okay, go. So we are going to be looking at React Router, and then I'm going to be explaining how you can actually go about it. And also during the class, I will give you a documentation that you can actually read online. I'm not giving you a quick file. Someone says so quick. No, the advanced React is just continuation. It's just continuation. Don't be scared. You can say that's our maxing. Are we ready? Hey, you can say I said, don't worry, get ready to code, laugh, and react. You know, get ready to code and like laugh and react. You're not doing anything much. You're not doing anything much. So I said React router DOM. So I'll give you a an online link. I'll just open it online so you can actually see it for yourself. That's what I would do. I'll just share my screen so you can see what I'm talking about on my screen. Do you get? So yeah. The last class, if you didn't follow us very well the last class, because I'm going to be using our code, the last code. You know, we wrote some code the last class. That's why I said if you have not watched the code, the video for the last class, you might be missing out a bit. You might be missing out a bit. So I really advise you, make sure you watch that other video so you can actually continue with us. So cool. Let me go to my slide so I can just show us what we have for you today. We have a React router. That's one of the advanced React we are going to be looking at, React router. So let me just give us an overview of React router. So what is React router? So basically, it's actually a library for managing routing in React application. It's also a library for managing routing in React application. It allows navigation between different components. And when I say components, we all know that, okay, we can also call components as pages without reloading the entire page. Without reloading the entire page. So if you look at what we are going to do tonight is that, you know, what's that our anchor tag, what is doing? That's actually what we are basically doing. I just want to like you, so you will know that this is actually what we want to achieve. What that our anchor tag is doing in HTML, that's what we want to like talk about. That's what we want to talk about with React router. So why use React router? It actually offers client-side routing for a seamless user experience. So when we say client-side routing, you know, on your HTML, when you use your normal link, when you click on a link, it actually reloads the page. It reloads the page. But using React router like this now, when you are using it, it doesn't reload. Do you get? So it makes routing seamless. It makes it seamless on the client side. And when I say client side, we all know that that's what the user is seeing. That's what the user is seeing with client side. So we said single page application. When we say whenever you hear SPA React, just know that it's actually single page application. So it actually helps single page application navigation without page reload. I said that earlier, and I'm also saying it again. So how do you get started with React router. How do you start React router? The first thing you want to do is to install React router DOM. That's the first thing, and then you import the necessary things. You import the necessary things. So I'm going to go to my VS Code now, so we can start the coding aspects. I hope we are all still in class. I hope we are all still in class. Let me know if you are following. Let me know if you are following. Okay, good. Present, sir. All right. So let's now go to my VS Code so we can move on from there. You know, we did a lot of things last week. All right, so let me stop sharing my screen. I'll stop sharing my screen and then go over to VS Code now. Yeah, so we are going to our Lita app. That's where we are going. Okay, so yeah, so I believe everyone can actually remember what we did here. Everything we did here. We can all remember everything we did here. You know, we spoke about a lot of things last week. We spoke about props. We spoke about a lot of things. So yeah, we are moving to React router today. So before you can use your React router, I said something. You have to install React router DOM. You have to install React router DOM. And how do you do that? How do you install React router DOM? So what you basically do is that you come over to your VS Code. Yeah, very good. Thank you very much for confirming that you're following. All right. So obviously, you know, before I will run this thing, I have to make sure I'm inside my application. You can see I'm inside Lita React class, and I'm inside this application, which is Lita app. So let me just make this a bit bigger. All right. So you can see Lita app. That's what you're seeing here. All right, so the next thing for you to install React Router DOM is to do npm install react router, then you put DOM, React Router DOM. And note that everything, please, on import, I was following to the last, I couldn't get it. If you watch the video very well, you'll be able to get it because everything we did it in the video. All right, so npm install react router DOM. That's what I typed here. So note that if you don't have thank you very much for putting it in the comment section. All right, so if you don't have internet, you know, it won't go. If you don't have internet, it won't go. Most of the things you do here, most of the things you install here, you have to use internet. But after using internet now, then you can start working. You don't need internet anymore. But just have to like make sure you download this particular resources here. Just have to have it. So I'll do enter. All right. So now that I did enter, our React router DOM is coming up. It's installing. So let's wait for it to install. So you can also do yours too as well. If you didn't get multi-type on my screen, is in the comment section. npm install react router DOM. npm install react router DOM. So let's go over for it. Let's go. So let's wait for mine to install. Let's wait for it to install. It can be done on the phone, on your phone. It can be done on phone. React router DOM is in the comment section. You can check it in the comment section. You have it in the comment section. Okay, so mine is done installing. So I'll just do npm start. Obviously, you know, after installing this thing, the next thing is to start your React application. So I'll do npm strt start. npm start. All right, so I'm starting my application up here. Someone said that means you didn't follow the last class. Okay, I guess. Oh, I'm running the app Okay, so if you are running, let me just clear this why is happening here. So, and some people ask me again, if you not really get it, please you can actually go back and watch the video again if you didn't get it, like in the future, in the later in the class. So what actually happened here, I'm actually running an application already, like in my VS Code before. I'm running an application before, and it's running on this particular port 3000. So you cannot be running two projects on the same port. So now I just need to like click yes, so I will stop the other one from running. So I'll just do y. When I do y, then I said yes directly, so it will start running on this particular port now. Someone said I should zoom my screen. That's why it's actually in the comment section. That's why you saw it in the comment section. That's why it's there, so we can also see it. You're not creating another folder. Remember, I entered our last class, which is my little application. We are not creating another folder. It's just a continuation of what we've done before. Do you get? It's just a continuation of what we've done before. So it's not as if you are starting a new thing afresh. No, no, no. You're not starting a new thing. You're not starting a new thing. You're not starting a new thing. You're not starting a new thing, please. Is node modules will be installed? No. Hmm. I got added. Yes, yes. Just leave it like that. It's installed already. It's installed already. I want us to also move. Like look at mine. If you look, if you can see my okay, my terminal is not going to show because I'm running my application already. I've cleared that already. Okay, so yeah. Do you have npm installed? Thank you very much for doing that. Okay, so I will just let me go to my browser. I want to go to my browser so you can see what we have, what we did the last class, what we did in the last class. So if you are not there in the last class, you are missing. Oh, if you are not in the last class, you are missing. For you are missing. So I want to go to the last class. So yeah. So this is what we have. This is what we did in the last class. We did all of this in the last class. The incubator herb, the home, about, and the likes. We designed this nav bar. That was the last class. That's what we did the last class, and then we were able to use props as well. So yeah. So when you want to link from one place to another, what you basically do is to add a link to this home. Like okay, if you are coming to home, you add a link here that when you click on home, it comes to home. When you click on about, it goes to about. When you click on contact, it will go to contact. So that's actually what we want to undo here. When you are using when you use a your anchor tag, which we are going to be using, like later we are going to be using it today, and then you'll now see the difference between them. You see the difference between them. So after installing your React router, this is what we have before. I've showed us what we have before. So I just a lot of comments. Your screen is not. Can't see your screen. Hold on. You guys will see my screen very soon. Let me stop sharing and share again. So can you all see my screen now? Okay, so this is what we did in the last class. If you can, if you remember, oh, okay. So please, I hope we can all like we all remembered what we did in the last class. Like, I mean, in this page. Okay, very good, very good. Because this is what we did the last time. You know, the last time we had our class. Okay, so so basically, all I was explaining earlier, I said we have this nav bar here. We have home, we have about, we have contact. So you know, when you want to link from one place to another, we use anchor tag. That's what we use when we are working with HTML, which we are working with, we've been working with before. But now we are now in a new we are now moving forward. We are pointing to senior devs. So, you know, as time goes on, we do different things, we do higher things, we get. So that's actually what we are doing now. So React after DOM, yeah. So after installing the whole thing, run your application. After running your application, so we want to undo all these router here. We want to run and do all these links here. That's what we want to do, because that's one of the major thing our React router. That's actually what it is for. So we want to undo all the yes, run your React application. That shows that it's installed already. Do npm start. Okay, so yeah, let's go to my VS Code so we can continue. I just want to show us, because of people that we those that we asked that I should share my screen, I should show us what we have before. That's why I'm showing that. Okay, so my application is running. It is showing several looking for. Yes, 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 yes. Just continue away. Okay. So our application is running, is running, is running, is running. Let me just do my terminal so we can all see the listing very well. Okay. So now that we have our router DOM installed in our VS Code, in our React application. Aha, thank you very much, Ayomide, I know, for answering that. Okay, so now that we have it installed in our data, so the next thing we now want to do, router now, we want to use it. So to clear all these things that we have here, permit me. If you don't have it, we've done it in the last class. So please permit me to clear everything here, so we don't start convincing each other. Okay, so let me see it. Let me go to our about page. So let me just let me take as well. So yeah, let me have our H1 say our page about my footer. I'll take this out. So I'll come here, I'll put my H1 as well. So I'll come over. Please zoom. I can barely see your screen. Okay, okay. You can also zoom your, like when you are watching, you can also zoom yours too as well. I believe this is actually this one. Everyone should be able to see this. Everyone should be able to see this. You should be able to see this. Please let me know if you can see this. If you can. Let me know. Let me know if you can see. No one is saying anything. Let me know if you can see what we have here, or do I? Okay, I can see it clearly. Okay, so it's better. Very good. Thank you very much. All right. So yeah, I've cleared all this. So basically, what we have is JSX. We have about footer and then our nav bar and our home.js here. We have our home.js. So welcome to our home page. That's actually what we have here. So I'll just take this out. This props. I'll take it out. All right, so we just have a normal random thing here. That's what we have here. So the first thing you want to do, is to go to your app.js. When you get to your app.js, Now, you want to start using React Router DOM, but most actually and start working from here. You can come here and start working from here. But most times I don't advise, or if I don't advise it that much. But if you feel like though, you can come to your index.js. The reason why I don't really advise coming to index.js is because once you tamper with this index.js, your application might be if it, and you don't your way around it, your application, you might have issues. Let's say you just deleted something here, you deleted something here, because this whole code here, you didn't write any code inside index.js. It was written, you only your .js. So this index.js is very, very, very delicate. So please, tamper with it that much. What you just need to do with React Router. Okay, what you need to do when you're working with React Router DOM, just come over this strict mode. Come over to this strict mode and come here. So what you want to write where I'm typing it now, you can see I have something here called, you can see it's coming from React Router DOM. So I'll just click this. So after clicking it, you can see online. You can see that it's imported on line 6 already. You can see here. So now the next thing I want to do is what? Close it. So I will now place my app.js in between. I'll place my app.js. It's more like I'm wrapping it inside my browser router. Let me say it again. I did browser router. Then I wrapped my app.js in between that browser. What this browser router, what it basically does is that it provides, if you look at it here, for the use in web browser, provide the cleanest URL. So it provides URL for all my application. And if all my application, so someone said I should come again. I should come again. All right, so let me come again. All right, so let me go back. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. All right, so now this is what I did here. I went to after my strict mode and I did browser router. So I clicked browser router here. You can see it here. I clicked on it. You can see on line 6 is imported. Then closed it. So after closing it, in the middle, you just press enter another time. Then you copy your app.js and your app component, to paste it in the middle. So it's more your app components inside the browser router. Please, is what I went to my index.js. I'm saying it again. Router, and not browser router. If you don't have the React Router DOM, if you don't have it, you can't do all this, because you can see on line 6. You can see saying import browser router from React Router DOM. That's what we just did. My app components inside my browser router. That is what I did here. Okay, that's the first thing you need to do. Save. So after saving your code, just cancel it. Let me just say it. Just cancel it. That's the only thing you are doing in your index.js. That's the only thing you are doing in your index.js. So cancel it, then go to your app.js. Let me cancel all this. Let me take all this out. Now you've wrapped your someone said I'm lost. If you are lost, you can actually scroll back, watch what we've done, because I did that in like 3 times. I did it like 3 times. If you are confused, you can actually scroll back, watch what I did there, so we don't waste much time, because 30 minutes is gone already and we've not really done anything today. So if you did not get it, you can scroll back, watch, catch up with us. Someone said my voice is not clear. Okay, okay. So is it clear now? Is it clear now? Please let me know if it's clear. Okay. Okay, my voice was breaking before. All right. So let me go back again then. Let me go back. So index.js, yeah. So what I did here, I did let me do Control Z again. This other time I'm doing it. All right, so I'll go back. So the next thing, what you want to do here is that from here you click enter, then you do your browser router. So you can see my browser route React router DOM here. So I'll click it, and you can see on line 6. If you look at line 6, okay, so if you look at line 6, you can see it's imported here. So now I will now close this my browser router. I will press enter. So if I press enter, then I will move, I will copy and cut, or anyhow you want to do it. You make sure you put your app inside the browser router. Just put it inside the browser router. That shows that you more like you are wrapping it inside your browser router. That's actually what I did inside index.js. Then you save it. That is what I did inside index.js. So after that, make sure you just cancel your index.js because you don't want to do anything. That's the only thing you are doing there. So go back to your app.js. Okay, so now when you get to your app.js, that's actually where you want to start working. So when you get to your app.js here, that's where most of your work, that's actually where it starts. That's what you'll be touching. That index.js is just for only that thing. Okay, so now the next thing you now want to do in your app.js, the next thing you want to do is to provide all those the routes you are going to be using. That's what you want to do here. So now, how do you provide the route? How do you provide the route? Just come over to your home. This is our home.js here. So I don't want to use our home.js. I don't want to put it inside this place. I'll use our route to actually provide it. That's what we use. So I'll just I'll give this one, I'll give it fragments. I believe the last class I explained fragments. So I'll use fragments here. So using fragments here, the next thing I want to do is what? Provide route. So I'll do route. You can see this one too is from what? React router DOM. So I'll click it, then I will what? I will close it. Then inside the route, that's where I will now provide all my routes now. Inside it, that's where I'll provide all my routes. All right, so if you look at, if you can see this now, you can see this route here. These routes here. Sorry. The reason why it's showing this way, let me take this out. Let me import route. So I'll come here, I'll do route again. Route. Cool. All right, so it's imported now. So I can do what I want to do. All right, so now you can see the route here. Because the first thing I did was to put route, the one that has S. After putting the one that has S, then I put route. After the one that has S, I put the one that has S. And note that I'm putting them inside each other. I'm putting inside each other. So now, from this route now, that's where I will now have my path. My path. Then from my path, I will have elements too as well. So this element, basically, before, they do call this element component. They do call it component before, but now we call it element. Do you get? So now inside this part, I will use this. Now, what does this slash mean? This slash means your home page. You know, the way we used to have index.js, the way we used to have index.js, that's the way this slash, that's actually the way it is. So this slash means or represents your home page. It represents your home page. Please let me know if you are following. Are we following? Please let me know if you are following. Let me know if you are following. I don't want anyone to be lost. You know, our time is precious. Okay, good. Thank you very much for confirming that. All right. So, yeah. So now, the So now this part here, it means where are you going to? So this backslash means or forward slash, it means your home page. So now that we specify that this is our home page, definitely the next thing we want to put inside, the component you are going to put inside is our home component. So I'll put our home component here. So I'll put our home component. Remember that I've imported our home component before. That's why it doesn't show as if it's importing it. Don't worry, when we start importing others, you will see what I'm talking about. You will see what I'm talking about. Please, sir, my import home on app.js keeps throwing error. So if your home is import home is throwing error, see, let me give you one. What you need to do, just do this. Do your less than sign, then type the name of the component. Don't do as if you want to write it yourself. Don't do as if you want to write it yourself. It will import it, React will import it itself. So now if you do home, okay, don't worry, let me import another component so you see how it looks like. So let me add another route. You know, we said we have we have about. So let me do a route. Let me create a route for about. ROUT. So the reason why you guys are not seeing it very well is because we have I've zoomed the screen. That's why you're not seeing everything I'm typing inside, or like underneath. It's showing a pop-up, it's showing a modal. It's because I've zoomed it all. So I'll close this. Okay, so after closing it, I'll put my parts as well. So my parts, then I'll put element equals to, all right, cool. So now in the parts here, can someone tell me yours is not importing itself? Okay, if it's not importing itself, then import it yourself then. But now, if it's not importing itself, note that, look at it, my app.js and home.js, they are in the same place. That is why you are saying .home.js. If my home.js is here and my about, or my about, look at the way about, you see the way about to import now. So now what you need to do, come here, put your less than sign, then write about. So when I write about, you can see it here. So I can click this. Once I click it, it will import it here on line 5. So now note that my app.js, look at it, is in the same directory with component. So I have to enter component first. You can see I entered component, then I have about inside component. So you can see the way you imported line 5 is different from the way you imported line 3. Line 3 is because they are in the same directory, so it can access it directly. But now on line 5, you can see that it has to enter the component folder. Then inside the component folder, it goes inside about. So I hope that is very clear. So now the parts, now for us to specify a part for our about, you just put your /, then you type about here. /, then type about. So now we've created two things here. We've created two routes here. This is our home route, and then this is our about route. This is our about route. So I will save this. Please note all the process we are doing. If you don't get it, you can watch the video back and then come back to this place. Okay, so I'm just trying to like keep up with us so we can see if we have issues in the comment section. All right, so now that we've done this, now remember in our last class, we worked with navbar. In our last class, we worked with navbar. We gave it style. We did a lot of things here. All right, so now what I now want to do here, is that this our li. I won't be using li. Remember in our app.js, we've created route for home, we've created route for about. That's what we did there. We created route for home, we created route. If yours is not bringing out the option, maybe you might just have to type it. But with time, your VS Code is going to be used to it, and then it's going to be bringing more options for you. So it might be probably because you are just using it. You are just starting React. That's why it's like that. It's not reacting to what you are doing. It's not reacting to React. Do you get? Your VS Code is reacting to former HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. All right. So now that I've done the route here, I will now go to my navbar. I'll go to my navbar. So now for my navbar here, I can have my li and then have my link. Sorry, I wrote A. So I can have my anchor tag. So I'll just put my anchor tag here. All right. So inside it, I'll put my href. So now inside this href here, inside this our href, what you want to put is you want to put about about. So I'll put our about here too as well. About home. We have another one for home. So our home does not need any about. The only thing we just need to put inside home is this. So I'll take this out. Let me take this out and save. So let me save it. Let me take that out and save. So you can see this is our home. Sorry, I didn't change it to home. This is our home. Then this is our about. I'm very sure we are all familiar with what I did here. The only thing we are not familiar with the way I'm linking them. And that's because we are using React Router. We are using our anchor tag here. So I'll save my code now. So after saving my code, if I should go over to, nobody's saying anything. Okay, so now I will go over to my browser. You can all see, and note that in my home, let me go to my home. Look at this, is the only thing we have in my home page. Now our home page, this is the only thing. And I said something, and I said this route automatically will link to our home page. You can see it here. So let me go to my browser. So let me stop sharing my screen and then go to my home page so you can see how it looks like on my page. Okay, so I think I'm sharing my screen already. So I've gone to my home page here. I've gone to my browser. So I want to see how it looks like on my home page. All right, so we can all see how our home page looks like. There's nothing fancy. Just have there is just our normal this thing. So you can that the backslash is now linking to home page. That our forward slash is now linking to home page. So now if you look at it now, we are not seeing our nav bar anymore. We are not seeing our nav bar. Said we want to be able to navigate from one place. That's what we want to do. For example, let me go to Incubator Hub. Incubator Hub NG. Incubator Hub NG. Let's go to the Incubator website so we can all see an example of what I'm trying to say. So I'm not seeing the link here. Okay, so let's hope this will take us to the right place. Okay, I think it's loading. It's loading. Okay, cool. All right, so this is actually what we have here. This is what we have. So now look at it here. When you click on feature there, you can, this one is actually like more like a one page here. So if I click on skills, you can see it's actually going. But on the when I click on home, is normal like to our home. When I click on features, you can see it's not moving away from here. All these links are actually here on the home page. All the links are here. All the links are here. All the here. So now this in our nav bar is not there. So what do I do to actually make my nav bar appear here? What do I need to do to make my nav bar appear here? I know we said this programming, you solve problem. You can solve it many ways. You can do, sorry, I'm still sharing that particular place again. Let me stop sharing. I wanted to share my VS Code screen so we can move on. So I can show you what I want to show you. All right. So I was saying we can solve one problem in many ways. Yeah, and it will still work. So I can go over to my home page. This is my home. This is my home component. I can come over here and then import my nav. Sorry, my nav bar. I can import my nav bar. You can see the reason why it's showing like this because nav bar is already imported here. That's why it's showing that way. I can import my nav bar. If I import my nav bar now, my nav bar should be showing on our browser. So let me go back to my browser so we can see it. Let me go back to my browser so we can see what we have here for now. All right, so someone is saying they are with me. So now we can all see my browser here. Sir, don't bring out. Please confirm if you can see my browser. If you can see what I have in my browser. I imported the nav bar in my own page. That's why we have our nav bar here. So let me know. Let me confirm. Okay. Please confirm you are with us. Okay, good, good, good. So now that we can see my nav bar very well. All right. So remember, in our nav bar, we wrote this. This our home and about. We actually link them. We use this one as home. So if I click on it, you can see that it's home. So now, but notice one thing that happened. Now I want us to take note of this whole browser itself. Look at this place. Look at this place. This refresh. I want to see if I can. There's no way I can make that bigger. There's no way I can make it bigger. I will have made it bigger. So just focus on this place, and then if you can look at this place so as well, please look at it very well. Here and here, here and here. So now when I click on home page, you see something. Something happened. When I click on home, please tell me what happened. I want us to be proactive with this. When I click on home, what happened? I want us to be proactive with it. Something happened when I clicked on home. Okay, very good. Reload. Okay, so when I clicked on home, it reloads. But now, are you guys not feeling it that but I told you that React does not reload. Are you guys not thinking it that way? It loads. Are you not thinking it that way? I think the first class we said React does not, like it does not load and the lights. Takes into it takes into, but it reloads. We're saying that React does not load and the likes. So now it's not as if we lied to you. We did not lie to you. But I used our anchor tag. I'm just trying to bring us from what we already know. That's actually why I'm doing all this. So we can have a good understanding of the React router DOM that we are using. So if you look at it now, when I use my anchor tag, the thing is actually loading again. But if I click on about so, it will reload, obviously. But now, aside from it loading here, it's because I used anchor tag. That's why it is reloading. That's why it's reloading. So if I click on about, see what happened. You can see that it took me to about page. Now, when it took me to about page, can you see our navbar? Our navbar disappeared. Can someone tell me why our navbar disappeared? If you are following and you know what I did for the home page to have navbar, you should be able to answer this. You should be able to answer this. You should be able to answer this. You can see that it took me to my about page, then our navbar is no more here. Yeah, true. So can someone tell me what happened? If you are following, tell me what happened. You didn't import navbar to about. Are they doing Samuel? Thank you very much. That was it. Reloaded both of them. Yeah, it reloaded both of them. Yeah. So that's basically the answer. We didn't import navbar into the about.js. Exactly. So in over time, I've been advocating something. I do say developers, we don't like repeating ourselves. That's why I do say it every time that we don't like repeating ourselves. We practice dry principle. So now look at it. If I have like let's say if I have like 10 pages now, if I have 10 pages, does that mean I'm going to import navbar in the whole 10 page? No, it doesn't make sense for me to start importing navbar in all pages. It doesn't really make sense. So now that I don't want to like repeat myself, what do I do so I won't repeat myself? So now let me go to my VS Code. So let's see what we can actually do so we don't repeat ourselves. So let's go back. All right, so you can see if I came to about, if I come here and then I imported hold on, my screen is going to be up very soon. Nav is not imported. Nav is yes, exactly. So we don't want to we want to practice the dry principle. We don't want to continue with all those like importing it in all pages. I said something earlier. I said you can solve one problem in many ways. So if you look at it now, if I start importing it in all pages, that solves the problem, right? It solves the problem. But if I now, if I become very smart with it, if I'm very smart with it, I can actually import it in one place, and then it's going to appear across board. I don't know. I'm sharing my screen already. Can I use my? You can't use your phone for this. You can't use your phone. 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 Okay. So now I can come here and say I want to import about. So if I click about, so now to the person saying is not giving them option. Look at this one too. You can see that this one is not giving me option. Look at it. Sorry, I want to import about in about page. Sorry. So I can see here, I can come here and do navbar. So you can see navbar here. You can see it. I can click on it. That means I've imported navbar. Then I'll start using it. Then if I do this, it solves the problem. You can see I imported navbar here. I imported navbar here. That solves the problem. Yeah, so that solves the problem. But now we want to be very smart with it. We don't want to start importing navbar on all our pages. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. We want to be smart with it. So now let me save this now. If I go over to my app.js, remember this our app.js. That is what we are using to create routes for all our application, for all pages in our application. So now you can basically come over here, enter, and then import your navbar at the top. If you come here, import your navbar here, navbar, sorry, I wrote E, navbar, sorry, navbar, this is it, okay. So if I import my navbar here on, how did I have it there? All right, so if I import my navbar here on the route, remember, the navbar is not inside route, on, like, before the route, you can see the navbar before the route. If I import it before the route, so if I import it before what? Before the route here, and I save. If I go over to my browser, let's go over to our browser so we can see what I have here. So let's go to our browser. Okay, cool. So you can see that. Wait, hold on. I don't know if my browser is up. So I'll go to my browser here. I'll go to my browser now. I am currently on my browser. Okay, so now if you look at my browser very well, now you can see that my home page, my navbar is now available. You can see that my navbar is now available. So you can see that I can click on home from here, and I can click on about too from here. So navbar is still available. But the only problem we are now facing is is that our page is reloading, which is not meant to be like that. It's not meant to reload. You can see that I'm taking the problem little by little, so we can all understand and then move with this. Even if you are just building a simple page, at least for now, at least just understand the whole concept of why I'm doing all this. App.js, not app.jsx. App.js. So now, yeah. So now you can see what we can see what we have here. So you can see I'm actually taking everything like step by step, step by step, and I will show you the problem. If we look at it, I will show you the problem. Then I will now show you the solution. I will show you the problem. I will show you the solution. I will show you the problem. I will show you the solution. Now the problem we now have here is that our page is reloading. Our page is reloading. So what do we do to stop our page from reloading? What do we do to stop it from reloading? That's what we take us to yeah. So that's what we take us to our next thing. So now, how do we solve the whole reloading thing? So I'll go over to my VS Code. So let me go back to my VS Code. VS Code, okay. Let's go back to my VS Code. Okay, so we are back to our VS Code here. So now that we are back to our VS Code, so it's almost 8. We are going to go on a 10-minute break, a 10-minute break. So I think that time we are going to be able to fill our attendance. And also, if you have question, you can actually drop it during that time. During the break time, I'm going to be looking at everything we are dropping here. I'm going to be seeing everything. So by 8 p.m., we are going on a 10 minutes break again. So now, like everything we've done up down to this place, do we all understand it? Like down to what we just like down to what we have now. Do we understand it? Let me know. Yes, okay, okay, very good, very good. Thank you very much. All right. Very well. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, very good. Very good, very good. So now the issue we are now looking at is to stop it from reloading. So that will be when we are back from when we are back from the break, we are going to talk about how to do that. So please during the break, if you're having any issue with the yes sir, but my router has not installed. Ha, your router has not installed. Hey, is it it might be the network though, but it shouldn't take time. Shouldn't take time. And also, if your laptop is a bit slow, please let me just say this: if your laptop is a bit slow, but my code is showing red color, it's bringing npm updates. Bringing npm. Yes, if it's bringing an npm audit too, so far you can input the next command. So far you can input the next command, which is npm. You should be fine. You should be fine. Someone says surprisingly yes. So you don't want to understand me. You don't understand it before. Okay. So please during the break, let's all fill our attendance. Let's all fill our attendance during the break. Please, what should I do? It is showing npm audit fix something. Ignore the fix something. Ignore the fix something. Just continue. Where is the browser router located so that I can import it manually because it's not working. Okay, so let me go back. Let me go and show you my index.js. See, this is the browser router. If your browser router is not importing itself, that shows that it's not you didn't install it very well. Or just you can write it down. But I won't advise you. I won't advise you to write it yourself. I won't advise you to write it yourself. So we're on the break now. Let's all fill our attendance. A 10 minutes break. So by 8:10, we are coming back. Yeah. All right, so welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. You're welcome back. Okay, so we said what we want to do. We want to solve a particular problem, and then the problem we are looking at solving here is problem we are looking at solving here is making our this thing like what we have on our app bar is actually reloading. So now for us to stop our what's it called, our pages from reloading, we have a yeah, welcome back. So we use a different link. We don't use this anchor tag. We don't use this anchor tag. So instead of using those anchor tag here, I will have my L1. So let me write my L1. So inside my L1, then I will now use a link like that is the anchor tag React router DOM, the one they provided for us to use, not this anchor tag itself. So how do I use that now? All I just need to do is to do my less than sign, then type link. So now you can see React router DOM. You can see link React router DOM. So I'll click on it. So after clicking it, the next thing I want to do is what? Close it. So it's just like the way you have our anchor tag, but just open and close. So you can see online. So I might have to like reduce this small, so we can see it all at once, because the way it is like this, I'm not sure. Okay, so if you look at online 3 here, so you can see link is imported, and then we can now use link here. So now in the middle here, what I just have to put is what? Home. So if I put home here, and then from here I'll put my two. So inside my two, what I want to put is I want to put our this thing, our forward slash. I'll do it again. Li. I will have our li. Sorry, I want to make sure we are all following. My screen is not moving. Let me stop sharing. Let me share it again. So so someone said my screen was frozen before. So I'll just do what I did before. I'll do it again. What I did before, I'll do it again. Oh, don't worry. So is my screen moving now? Please let me know if it's moving now. Like, is it still moving or still the same? Okay, so it's moving. Okay, it's moving. All right, cool. So now I said what I said before. I said React gave us React router DOM. They gave us the anchor tag we should use, not the normal anchor tag. So what they gave us is I will use our li here, for example. So li. Then the next thing I want to do is what? Use the anchor tag they gave us, which is link. So for me to use the anchor tag they gave us in the middle here, you know the norms, I can actually put my anchor tag. Now, what do? I will do link. I'll type link. So you can see that link is actually provided by React Router DOM. So I'll click on it and I'll close it. If you look at line 3, you can see that link is imported here. You can see that link is imported. So I will be using the link, their own anchor tag. So I'll just put home here. So in the opening tag, I will add an attribute, and the attribute is 2. That is where it's going. You know, here I was using href here, but here we are using 2. That's what we are using here. So is that clear? What we are using here is 2. So now inside the 2 here, I will now put what I need to put. I just need to put my directory. So let me just take this out since we don't have much. So this 2 here, I can put my forward slash in between the 2. I have my forward slash. Then let me do another one for So I want to make sure. Okay, so someone said, why are we using true? So now that true means that's where it's going. Do you get? It means that is where it's going. This href here, the way we have href here is the way, that's why we have 2 here too as well. 2 means that is where it is going. Do you get? Tioluwanimi, did you get did you get what I just explained here? So this link here, because we are using link now, we are not using href anymore, we are using 2. Is that clear? So let me do it again. So I will have my link. Remember, I've linked it before. That's why it's showing this way. It's because like when I type it the first time, it actually imported from here. I imported it from React after DOM. So our about, I'll write about. Then I will now come here over here to come and use our 2 here. So this is our 2. I'll just put about. I'll put about there. Please, what we just, sorry, we replace the href link. Okay, so what we just did here, please, do you understand it? Do we all understand it? Well, I was using href here before. Href here, that's what I was using here. But here we are using what? The React Raptor DOM link. That's what we are using here. And then remember, we are not using href anymore. We are using link. We are using 2 to replace href. Okay, good. Thank you very much for confirming that. So now let me save this now. So let's go to the browser to go and test the 2. Let's go over to our browser to test the 2, like the 2 things we did. Let's go to our browser so we can actually test run it and see which one is working and then which one is not working, because that's the main okay. So just hold on. Why didn't we do /home for the home link? So now remember, the reason why we didn't do, remember that we didn't have anything like /home. Remember, we didn't have anything like /home. I explained it earlier. I said that slash means what? Your home directory. That's what that home means. If you followed when I was explaining it in the app.js, I explained the whole thing there. I explained everything there. I explained the reason why we are using /, and you saw the reason why we use /home. Exactly. In place of, yeah, thank you very much. We are not on break. Oh, I think I'm sharing my screen already now. Okay. All right, so you can see it now. You can see that the 2 are not looking, they are not looking different. They are looking the same. You can see it. For these two, home about, we use anchor tag for them. But for these 2, we use link for them. So now, when we clicked on home before, it was reloading the page. Now, let's now make use of this. Let's make use of this. So now when I click on this, please note this place. Note these 2 places, this place and this place. Let's see if it's going to reload. Let's check it. So if I click on home here, did it reload? Let me click on about. You can see it just went to about. It did not even, it was so fast. See, look at it. It's not reloading anything. The only thing it does doing is just rendering it. It's rendering it. Please, is that very clear? What I just did now, is it clear? What I just explained now is not clear. Okay. Let me explain again. Someone said it is clear. I'm even seeing yes. I mean, I know you typed no before. The link is better. Very good. It is clear. Okay. I want to see what's going on there. All right. So you can see that now we've solved another problem. The problem we just solved now is that now we need to delete this one. Then we'll now start making use of these 2. That is, this one here is not causing the browser or the page to reload. These 2. It's not causing it to reload. So that is what you are going to be using when you are working with React. You don't use your anchor tag. You don't use your anchor tag. Okay. From navbar, not from, yes. You are using, you were asking a question. Okay, I was asking a question. Oh, okay. Sorry. Now the color is not visible. Okay, the color of the what's it called? The color of the color of our tag. Exactly. Link performs the function to stop reload. Link will stop it from reloading. All right. So now that we all understand this thing now, so let's go back to our this thing. Let's go back to our VS Code. Let's go back to our VS Code. All right. So we are back to our VS Code. So I'm back to my VS Code. Yeah. Okay. So now I can delete the two now. Let me delete the two. We don't need it anymore. So I'll just comment it out. All right, because we don't need it anymore. We don't need it. So now we are using that so. That's what we are using, the link. Yeah. So now I want us to now look at the difference between link and nav link. The difference between link and nav link. So I said React Router provided their anchor tag for us. But now when we are using link and nav link, they are a bit different. So now I'll just come here, I'll put nav link. We want to look at nav link and link. Nav link and link. So basically, what's nav link and link? What they basically do is that they don't cause the distance to. Okay, good. They don't cause the browser to reload itself. So the first one we use is link. So what link? Link does not have much problem. Doesn't have much problem. What link, like what it does basically, is just to how do I put it now? It's just to like it's just for basic navigation. Like you want to navigate from this place to another place, use from here to here, from here to here, from here to here. That is what link, that is what it does. So nav link now, basically nav link is also for navigating too as well. But nav link now has extra advantage. We have used link. Now let's see how nav link, let's see how like the advantage of using nav link. So if you remember very well, if you, in CSS, there's one part in CSS that says active link. There's one part in CSS that has that active link, that is pseudo element, when you're working with pseudo element. So now if I want to use nav link here, so all I just need to do, I will have my li. So it's my li. The next thing I want to have is I want to use nav link. Remember, when I type nav link like this now, you can see that it is showing here. It's from React Router DOM. So I'll click on it. Then the next thing I want to do is what? Is to close it. Then in the middle, I can have my, let's say, contact us. So now that I have contact us page, remember that we don't even have any contact us page. So let's go and create that contact us component. So I'll create contact us dot JSX. I explained the reason why I'm using JSX, and I explained the reason why we use JS the last class. So I'll do our RFC. So our RFC has created contact us for us. So I'll just this, I'll cancel it. Then I can, okay. So I have RFC, so I have this in here. Now, we just created the contact us page. We just created it. So now, we have to go and register it inside our app.js. We have to go and register the route. So let's register the contact us route. So I'll do route. So I'll save it. Okay, sorry. Let me close it. I'll close it. I'll put part. Then I'll put contact. Then I'll put elements. Then inside the elements, that's where I'll now put our component, our contact us component. So let's put contact us. Contact. See, you can see that my contact is not showing. Look at it though. My contact is not showing. So those people that are saying the VS Code is not showing them this thing. You can see that I just created a page now and it's not showing. See, let me type it again. You can see that contact is not showing. Contact is not showing. So basically what I do in that scenario is that I go over to my contact us page. I'll just come here. I'll just do as if I did some basic changes here. I'll just do as if I did basic. I'll save it. After doing the basic changes from there, then I'll come and type it again. Contacts. So you can see now that is now showing. You can see that it's now showing now. So once it starts showing, then I can close it. You can see I just imported our contact us page. So what I just did here is to create route for our contact us page. So now that we've created route for it, so now let's go over to our nav bar. So I'll cancel this. Let's go over to our nav bar. Then from here, I'll do 2. Yeah. So now 2 equals to, then I'll put where it's going. So I'll put where it's going. So now you can see that it's actually going inside that place. Okay, so these are contacts. So it's actually coming here. So it's coming to this space. So now, if you look at this now, it looks like this link and nav link. They are looking identical. They are looking like, okay, so what's the advantage of 1/1? So now the advantage of nav link over link is that nav link adds it adds how do I put it now? Nav link actually adds extra, and when I say extracting, I mean you can actually style your active link. And then when I say active link, I'm going to explain what I mean by active link. So active link basically means, when the user is on the home page, the link, the anchor tag there will show that you're on the home page. When you are the about page, the anchor tag there will show that you're on the about page. When you are on the contact us page, it will show that you're on the contact us page. Now, if you pay attention very well, you can see that the nav link, we only have it on our contact us page, right? So next thing I now want to do is that I will now add my condition to it. I will add another condition to it. So now on our normal link, we can't do that. But here on nav link, we can do it. So now what do I want to add? I will add a class name here. So now inside the class name, what I basically want to write, I want to write a lot of things here. So just look at what I want to write. Well, I'm going to be using ternary operator. Ternary operator, that's actually what I'm going to be using. So you will see it now. So I have my curly braces here. Then I'll put my brackets. So now after putting my brackets, look at it. After putting my brackets, if you remember very well, when we are looking at arrow function, it's looking the same. Look at it. Arrow function. Remember, you can see that it's looking the same. This is arrow function. Then you have like anything you want to have here. Remember, arrow function. So now that I have this so inside, let me put it back. So now, don't worry, if you don't get it, don't just look at what I'm typing. Just look at what I'm typing. That's why I'm explaining it one by one after the other. I could have typed everything. So now, look at it now. What we want to do is that this particular thing here is want to return an object. So now, we'll have our object here. And what is the name for the object? We call it is active. Is active. So you can see that I typed it step by step. So if you not get it, you can scroll back and watch. You can scroll back and watch. So I use is active there. So after putting my is active, the next thing I want to put in it is that I want to put my ternary operator, that is to check the condition. So now what I want to do here, the condition I'm basically writing is not something difficult. It's something we can all learn. So now, I will now put my is active here. My is active. Remember, this one, like this now. Remember that this actually what? A parameter here. You can see that this is actually a parameter. See, it's a parameter. So now I want to compare it to something. So now, if is active is true, what I'm writing now is now ternary operator. Ternary operator is just like an expression. When I say expression, just we said arrow function is an expression, just to express yourself. That's what we are doing. So now, if what we are doing now is if and if statement, but we are writing it in the expression mode. So if I do question mark here, that's it. I'm saying if is active is what is true. Pick a particular class name. Look at it here. We have class name here. sorry, we have class name here. We have class name. We have class name here. So in our class name, I have I did my arrow function first. Then inside my arrow function, I said is active is an object. That's why I had to like put it inside quotes. Then from there, remember that is active has to be is active because that's actually what we are using. So now my ternary operator now, I now put is active. So I said if is active is true. This question mark means if is active is true, what should happen? So I can now tell it that, okay, if it's active is true, pick a particular class name. So what's the class name I want to pick? So let's say active link. I can give it any class name now. So I can call it active link. So if I call it active link, that means if it is true, active link. But else, now what this means, what this column means is what? Else. If it is not true, then don't pick any class name. That is what we just did. That is what we just did. Remember, I started with my what? I started with my my arrow function. Then I put in my is active. So I said if is active is true. This question mark. If it is true, change your class name to active link. Else, don't use any class name. Don't use any of them. That's what I just did there. Please, what I did there is it clear? So I can move on. Please let me know what I did there is clear. Please let me know in the comments if it's clear what I did there. If it is clear, at least you got you got the process. Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for confirming that. Someone said, look at what I did. You know, we said React is continuation of JavaScript. And if you don't understand before, this is actually a great avenue for you to understand it now. When I say clear operator, you now understand it is a lot to take in, but it is clear. Someone say it choke. Oh. Yes, it choke. It choke. Yeah. But the way I wrote it, you know, I wrote it like from I wrote it from scratch. Do you get? So the major reason why I'm bringing this in is so that we can also sharpen our JavaScript skill so as well. That's actually why I'm bringing this in. That's why I have to like explain it from the beginning then to the end. Do you get? So now let me explain it again. So I said is active. If is active is true. This is active here. Look at it. This one is our normal arrow function here. So I said it's actually returning an object. It's active. So this is a parameter here. So I said if it is true, what should happen? Pick this class name. Else, don't pick any class name. It's just, you can even do copy and paste. You can do copy and paste to it. I said it earlier. I said now that I said active link now, that means I have to go to my CSS to go and create a class name called active link. That's what I said before I move on, so we can see. So Toluwa Lokpe Oshiemi. So do you understand what I just said now? No, so it was always going to be active link of no. I said it. I said the class name can actually you can give the class name anything, but just make sure that the is active is what is the same. You can give the class name. I can decide not to call it active link, but it's just because, you know, when we are doing naming convention, we said your naming should make sense. So no, now look at it now. If I just come here and give it like X, or I should give it Y, it doesn't really make sense. But because the reason why I give it active, I can give it active. I can call it any name. I can give it any class name. Someone said, must it be that long? Now, if I don't want to see, this is actually the shortest one. This is actually the shortest one. Let me just, yeah, this is the shortest one. Yeah. That's why I actually went for the shortest one, because this is actually a function. I can write the function. But if I say I want to start writing function, it's going to be long. So that's how to break it down to ternary operator. So this one, you can call it any name. You can call it anything you like, anything. So now that I have this here, so I'll just I'll go to my, the last class we created, I think we created style.css. We created style.css. So in my navbar, you can see I have style.css here. So I don't have any issue. I have style.css. So now these are style.css. So I'll now create a class called active. So inside this class here, don't let me call it active. Let's call it active link. Because of what I just explained now. Just call it active link. So it will make sense. When I say active link, you'll be able to understand that this is actually what I mean. When I say active link, you'll be able to understand. It's not as if you have to it's not a must, but just to a good practice. Let me put it that way. It's a good practice. It's not as if it's a must, it's a good practice. All right, so now I can change the color. So I can say color, let's say color should be yellow, just something we can see. Okay, let me say red. I think the background color is red before. So let me say the color should be, can someone suggest a color right now? Let's say yellow. Let me just put yellow. Okay, let me put yellow. Okay, so now that I've put yellow, so let me put the font size. Let's say the font size should be like 40px. 40px. The font size should be 40px. All right, so you can see this active link here. I just came here to come and style it here. I gave it color yellow, font size 40px. That's actually what I did there. Okay. Yeah, cool. Yellow. All right. So now let's go over to our browser to go and test all rubbish. So let's go to our browser so we can test it that, oh, what we did is actually the right thing. So I'll go over to my browser now. I'll stop sharing my screen. So, sir, the function name there is the class name. No. That's not the function name. Remember, your what's it called? Your arrow function does not have function. It does not have name. Your arrow function does not is an expression. Is an expression. Do you get? Well, the reason why I'm writing that JavaScript code is that I want to use JavaScript to specify a class name. That's why I'm using that this thing there. That's why I'm using JavaScript there. That's why I'm using ternary operator to condition it so it can pick a class name for me. That's why I'm doing that there. So let's go over to our browser. Yeah. So let's go back to our browser. Let's go to our browser. Okay. So now I think I'm in my browser now. So let's just wait for it to load. No, I didn't see the function, but you said the function is class name. No. The function is not class name. The function is not class name. I said arrow function. Arrow function does not have name. It's an expression. You know that we said class name is what? Class name is just like adding class in your HTML and CSS. So how is it going to be function? Please, let's pay attention to what I'm saying. Oh. I think class name is like the attribute for this nav link. And now it's an attribute now. Class name. If I say class name, the reason why we call it class name here, I said it last class. Now I said class is a reserved word. That's why we are not using class. We can use ID. We can use ID here, but class is a reserved word. That's why we are not using class in React. Okay, so we are back to our browser here. So now let's play around first. Let's play around here before we go to our thing. So if I click on home, you can see that it's going home, about. Now if I'm on home, you can see where my home is. If I'm on about, you can see the way it is now. So now let's now go back. Let's go to our contactors. Remember our contactors, that's where we have our nav link. We have our nav link on our contactors. So let me click on contactors. So now you can see that when I click on contact us, you can see that the color and then the font size, it changed. That's because now we've added a active link to it. So now this is actually this, you know what this means? This means that hello, you are on the contact us page. Let me go back to about. You can see that about is normal. But if I click on contact us, it is simply telling us that hello, you are on contact us page. That is what this one. That is what it's telling us. Is that clear now? Let me know if that is clear. Like what we just did now, is it clear? So we can move to the next thing. Let me know if it's clear. Let me know if it's clear. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know if it's clear. Okay, very good. Yes, this nav link is too dramatic. Yes, someone said the nav link is too dramatic. Okay, very good, very good, very good. I love the fact that we are all getting it. You can see that you guys are becoming senior devs now. You can see that you are becoming senior devs already. You're able to like understand all these things at once. So, yeah. Okay, so let's go to our VS Code. So I'll stop sharing my screen. Let's go back to our VS Code. So I can show us the next thing we have here. So where's our VS Code tab? It's dramatic. Okay, so now if you want that kind of feature on your nav, you can see that you can replace everything now. You can replace link with nav link. You can replace it, but you can decide to choose anything. So let me first come here. Let me go to our CSS. That thing is not looking like a normal good style. So let's take it back. Let's remove font size. It should just change color. That's not a good. It's just looking somehow. Okay. So now the next thing we want to look nested. Nested. Yes, sir. Contact us as more advanced than about. Exactly, exactly. So what we want to look at? We want to look at nested routing. Nested routing. So what's this nested routing? What it basically means is that let me look for the best way to explain. Let me look for the best way to explain. So now you know that in our home, let me go back to our home. So this is our home page, right? Now you know that there's if you have a dashboard, if you have a dashboard, you know when you go to your when you go to some portals. When I say portal, I mean like a software where you have like let's say student management system and the likes. Like that your LMS now. If you go to your LMS, if you open your LMS on laptop, if you open it on laptop, you note that so you know that if you use your LMS, you know that on the left screen, don't even let me go far. Don't let me go far. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it here. Look at all these things here. You notice that it is when I click on home, it will go to home. When I click on app.js, you can see that it's changing to app.js while it is still maintaining this particular. I click on this, I can reference this, I can go here, I can go here. So on the left hand side of the left hand side on your LMS, you note that you can actually, if you click on announcement, if you click on resources, you note that the only thing that will be changing is the content that will be changing, but the sidebar will not change. The sidebar will not change. And that's why I'm using the VS Code as an example. You can see that when I was clicking different ones, the sidebar is not changing. The sidebar is still intact and active. So now that's what we want to now work on, which is called nested routing. So basically, what nested routing means is that you have some links inside. You have some routes inside a route. So let's say, for example, in my home.js here, in my home.js,
I want user to be able to, like, let's say user profile. I want user profile, and I want settings to as well to be inside. I want user profile and I want settings. So how do I achieve this now? How do I achieve it? So for me to do that kind of thing, that is, I want to, like, I want to access other routes from my own route. I want to access them. For me to do that now, all I just need to do, is to, let me go back to my desk. Where's my desk called? All right. So all I just need to do is to have it like this. I can use my link. I'm not using any sophisticated thing here. Like someone said earlier, someone said nav link is too dramatic. Okay. So so I want to have, so it's too dramatic. All right. So I want to have let's say I want to have settings. I want to be able to go to settings, this, I want to be able to go to settings. So how do I actually achieve all this kind of thing here? I want to be able to achieve this. So now I want to go to settings. I'll just put settings here. Settings. I'll just put settings. Now that I have this for settings, I'll come to my components, come and create another farm, another component called settings. Settings.jsx. 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 All right, so inside my settings, I'll do my RFC. All right, so I've done my RFC. So now, definitely, if you come to RFC, so I'll say I can have my H2. I can say this is the settings page. The settings page. This is the settings page. Oh, cool. So now let's do another page. So let's do another page. Let's say let's call it user profile.jsx. User profile.jsx. So let me do RFC too as well here. So I'll come here, I'll say H2. So I'll say user profile page. User profile page. Please, I hope. Okay. So user profile page. So you can see I created two components here, settings and user profile. So I created them. So I'll just cancel the two of them. So now I want to be able to link, I want to be able to access the two from our home page. So I will say user profile to here, user profile. All right. So now I'll change this to user profile, user profile. So now that I've used my link here, that is, it's going to link to our user profile. One will link to settings, this one will link to user profile. So what I need to do here is that I'll go back to my app. Remember, what we are working on is nested routing. You know that, and I explained when we're doing HTML, we did something like nested lists. That is a list inside another list. That's what nested list means. So a route inside another route. That is what nested routing, that's what it means. So now that you can see that my this is inside home page, or this my two nested list and nested routing is inside home page. So now I'll go over to my app.js. So what I will do, I won't comment this one. I'll just come here. That route, I'll close it the normal way. Remember that before I was closing it, I was doing self-closing before. That's what I was doing self-closing. So I won't do self-closing anymore. I'll close it. It will have opening and closing. So in between that particular route now, I will now have another route inside it. So I will have another route. So now this one will now be part. Where is it going? It's going to settings. So now what's the element? Element that we have here. The element we are using for this one is what? Settings. It's not here. Consider me too. I'm also facing that issue that it won't link my settings first. So let me go back to my settings. Let me just do as if I did some changes here. Let me do as if I did some changes. Okay. So let me go back. So I'll do settings. Okay, so you can see settings is here. All right, so I have settings here already. So I'll close it. I'll close it, then I'll do another one. I'm a chosen. God is my home. This journey is not for the weak. Okay, so I'll do another one. I'll do another route. Sorry, I just want to make sure nobody's lost in the class, so we can all follow suit and follow all together. All right, so I'll call this user profile. So now, note one thing, and obviously you should be able to know the name I call it here, the part I gave it here is the same thing I will give it here in our two. Remember, all those our two that we are doing is the same name you give it, like the same this thing you give it. That's what you are going to give it here. This contact and about, that's the name you are going to give it to. So now I have our user profile here. So now do our elements. So from our elements, I'll put our this thing here, user profile. So now that it's not showing, the next thing for me to do is that I'll go back. I'll do as if I made some changes. I'll save it. I'll come back here. I'll come and type it again. So you can see that user profile is now available. So you can see it's now linking. You can see that I didn't try to link any of these things myself because I can make mistake. That's why I'm not linking it myself. So let me come again. This route, I turned it to a normal, I closed it with a normal, the normal closing, opening and closing. So that shows that this is the opening tag, while this one is what? Closing tag. Then inside it, I now put other routes too as well. And I said nested list. When we're working with nested list, is that adding like a list inside a list. That's what nested list means. So this one is what? A route inside a route. Do you get? So if I save this now, let me cancel this. So let's go to our browser to go and see. Check on our browser. So I will stop my screen. So I'll go to my browser just to check it. But that's actually going to be the last thing we are going to discuss today. All right. That will be the last thing we're going to be discussing today. Okay, cool. So now I have it here. I have it here. So remember that I changed the color to yellow the other time. I removed the font size and it did same. So let me go to about. So when I go to contact, you can see that contact is active here. Contact is, if I do the same to about, you see that about will be active. So let's go back to home. So now you can see that home, we have settings, we have user profile. I put them together. So when I click on settings, look at what's going on. The only thing that is changing here, if you look at it, the only thing that is changing, let me click on settings. The only thing that is changing here is that this link here, that's the only thing that is changing. Nothing else is changing. So let's go back to our VS Code and go and see what is causing that. So let's go back to our VS Code so we can see what is causing it. All right, so it's not changing. Now, good. It's not changing. Why is it not changing? Someone is laughing. So why is it not changing? There's one thing that I didn't put. That's why it's not changing. There's one thing I didn't put. So let's go back. Please, you can see all the process I'm following, so that when you come across errors, you will know what to do, or you will know how to solve your problem. Do you get? You know how to solve the problem yourself. Okay. So you know how to solve the problem yourself. That's why I'm taking my time to start with the problem and then find solution to it. Start with problem, find solution. Start with problem, find solution. Start with problem, find solution. Because I feel we can all learn very well that way. All right. I think I'm sharing my screen already. So let's wait for so my screen is back. Yeah. So now, what is the problem? Why is it not showing? Why is it not showing? What is the problem? So now the problem basically is that we didn't use one thing. And what is that thing that we didn't use? Is outlets. It is outlets. So what does outlet do? What does it do? So outlet basically means all this. Sorry, let me go back to home. Okay, we are on home already. So now, what are the outlets? What it does is that it renders all those pages inside itself. So it actually takes them in. So whenever you want to use them, it will be the one to display them. Do you get? what the outlet does is that all the profile page and the settings components, it will actually render them in its own self. Then after, when you now call it, it will now be the one to display them. So how do you use the outlets now? Problem and answer. Yes, now that's actually one thing. When you see problem, you find answer to it. You see problem, you find answer to it. That's how you learn through that way. You learn through that way. Okay, so now I said something. I said outlets. So now do I do the outlets now? I'll come here, I'll write outlets. So when I write outlets, I don't need to write it myself. You can see that outlet is there already from React Router DOM. So I'll click on it. So you can see that it imported it again on line 5. You can see it was only leak that was there before. But since everything is coming from React Router DOM, well, it did the structuring here. It did the structuring, just the structure it here, just imported it here. So now I'll now close it. So when I close it now, anytime I click on settings, it is this outlet now that will now be showing them. It will be the one to render them to me. That is what outlet, that is what it does. So let's go back to our browser. So let's go back to our browser. Outlets, outlet, 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 outlet. Let's go to our browser. So I'm on my browser now. Thank you very much, Stephen Dambo, for typing that. Thank you very much. Okay, so now let's see now. So look at our this is our user profile page, because I clicked on user profile, that's why it's like this. So let me click on settings. You can see it is showing this is the settings page. Now it is this outlet now that is actually showing, sorry, that is displaying what is inside our settings component. It is that outlet that is actually displaying it. So if I click on user profile, you can see that I change to user profile. When I click on settings, you can see that I change to settings. User profile, settings, user profile, settings, user profile, settings. So yeah, that will be the end of the class for today. Please, everything I've explained so far about React Router DOM and the likes, everything we've done so far, please, do we all understand everything we did today? Let me know if you actually understand everything we did today. Let me go back to my VS Code for those that are... Let me go back to my VS Code. Okay, I think I'm back to my VS Code now. Okay, so yeah, so what we did today, please, is it clear? What we did today, I'm very sure it's going to be clear. It's going to be very, very clear to us, because everybody here, we are now senior developers. Very good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. It's yes, I want to be seen. Oh. I don't want to say anything aside from yes. I just want to be saying yes, 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 yes. So be able to work with it. Please let me know. Let me know. I want our response. So someone is saying yes, sir, yes, sir. Okay. So we just 3 people. Just three. Just 3. Wow. Okay, very good. I want to know if you actually understand everything we did today. Yes, sir. Yes, I got it. Wow, that's very nice. React will be my mate though. Does that mean you didn't get what we did? Please don't say React is not your mate though. You are life before React. React is just how many years old? It's not up to 10 years old though. React is very new. React is very new. You are above it. Someone said I reserve my comment. Don't worry, just don't reserve your comment though. I have a question. What is your React DOM name on your VS? Because mine installed as no. Your own cannot install as node modules comes automatically when you create your React application. Do you get? Node modules, it comes like immediately when you have your React application. So yeah, very good. So this will be the end of the class for today. See you on Thursday. All right.